What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're doing part 8 of the F1 2016 Career Mode Championship. This is going to be a first time for a lot of you guys, I believe. The Azerbaijan Grand Prix, European Grand Prix as it's formerly known as now. This is an entirely new track to the Formula 1 calendar, and it's going to be a new adventure for us in career mode. We have no data, no knowledge of this track in the way of, whether it's a high tyre wear kind of track, whether we're going to be strong here at this track either. What I do know is in the PC version of this game, I struggled a lot on on ultimate difficulty rather, so it's going to be definitely a challenge around this one. And as you can see here, we are smashing through the track acclimatization test. Just so many gates that we had to go through clustered around turn 8. That looked pretty insane as we went through there, but at the moment it looks like we're not going to get a purple lap, but that's okay. We've been absolutely beasting it with the car development this season, just accruing so many R&D points, or resource points rather, and yeah, we did basically the same today. So that's the end of practice. I thought I'd shorten this one and get straight into qualifying, so let's go.
Welcome to qualifying in the Republic of Azerbaijan. The teams are making their last-minute adjustments before the lights go green, and the fight for pole position can get underway.
So here we are for qualifying then. As you saw there, we weren't really pacey in practice. I went ahead and did the tyre wear test and also the qualifying pace off camera. I wasn't actually able to beat the qualifying pace target set by the team, so that's an indication to me that this is going to be one of those tracks that we struggle at in this season. So since we were struggling, I was trying a few different things, and that's why for the first time since Australia, we're actually running with a custom setup, and this is this is all the settings you can see here. So if you want to use some of these settings, then pause the video, but I don't know, I probably wouldn't recommend it because we are not quick at this racetrack, so we'll have to wait and see. We're lowering the fuel to the absolute minimum there to just try and get ourselves closer towards the front of the grid. When I say closer to the front of the grid, I mean trying not to get last, because that's what happened in every practice session, even when we did the qualifying pace in practice 3. So yeah, it's going to be a tough old weekend, this one, but we'll see what we can do. First lap, we open the bank with a 1 minute 44.444. And that is a very blessed lap time, if I do say so myself. Shout out to anyone who gets that little pun there. So second lap now, we're continuing on this same set of tyres, and the tyre wear doesn't seem to be too bad, to be honest. I mean, in the tyre wear test, I got a few purple laps here and there, littered with, 1 or 2 heavy tyre wear laps, but for the rest of it, I think this is a moderate tyre wear kind of track. So we'll have to wait and see how we handle that in the race. We improved by 4/10 on our second lap, and now we are going for a third lap, I believe. I actually found a lot of time by just putting on the power as quickly as I could, and through that corner there, I just got a little bit too greedy, lost the back end, and yeah, we binned the car a little bit there. So, returned to the garage. We were still able to continue in the session. We just lost about a minute or two while the team repaired the front wing. So that's fine. We rejoin at the end of the session now with just 1 lap's worth of fuel. And we are going for a blast here. We're getting blocked by a Sauber a little bit. I debated whether I should have passed him up the inside or not, but I thought because I am so slow in this session, I might be able to use this to my advantage here. Use Nazar as a slipstream kind of car and just try and pull me along towards his grid position if I can. So I've managed to stick with him. He actually hasn't held me up since turn 1, so it's been a bit of a benefit following Nazar. And when we get to the third sector with that huge long DRS straight, we're going to find a few tenths there for sure. So this is the third sector now, and like I said, this is where we're going to find all the time. We are 3 tenths up at the moment, so let's hopefully better that as we approach the finish line here in the third sector. Nazar has actually pulled away from me in these high speed little corners here, which is pretty surprising to me. But either way, we're in the slipstream now. Open the DRS now, and let's fly towards Nazar. Look at the time we've gained. 4 tenths alone, 5 tenths in that final sector. Where does it put us on the grid? No. 21st place? You're kidding me. You're absolutely kidding me. I was 7 tenths up on my previous best lap with a slipstream of Nazar. We didn't get anywhere near him. We couldn't even beat our teammate there. So, just like on the PC version, we are dead slow around Baku on ultimate difficulty. So, yeah, we have some work to do. We need to improve drastically for the race. I just wonder, I don't know where to go in terms of the setup. I put 7.6 wings on, but I thought I don't know, people said they go faster with higher wings, but I don't know. I honestly don't know where the lap time is and whether I should have just gone for outright straight line speed. But yeah, just puzzling at the moment and just scratching my head as to what to do for the race. But either way, let's go and hopefully get a good start. It's time for the Baku, Azerbaijan Grand Prix in Europe, the European Grand Prix. Please butcher that a bit more, Ben.
From Ayrton Senna's famous Donington win in 1993 to Stuart Grand Prix's only victory with Johnny Herbert at the Nürburgring, the European Grand Prix has some special entries into the Motorsport Hall of Fame. But it's time now to create new legends and new memories here on the shores of the Caspian Sea. With 20 turns and a length of 3.7 miles, Baku City Circuit in the heart of the Azerbaijan capital is a real test of a driver's endurance, patience and precision. 90-degree corners through Sector 1 lead into a tightening uphill sprint as we start to circle around the old city. Then a 1.4-mile chase flat out through Sector 3 towards the finish line. Anthony Davidson joins me today as we look ahead to something just a little bit different. It's quite high speed for a street circuit here, isn't it? Do you think that's going to throw up any unexpected situations?
Well, as long as the teams can keep everything cool, I don't foresee any particular big issues from a technical side of things. I do expect the track to be quite slippery though. We've not exactly had much chance to rubber in the surface. Any street circuit also comes with its own challenges, so I think we'll be seeing a few mistakes here and there. The smart strategy would be to expect a safety car, I think, especially early on when the pack is bunched up.
Okay, we've had a bit of bad luck so far this season, so we really need to show the team what you can do.
So once again, the engineer is playing the victim and thinks we're having bad luck, but either way, we're here for the European Grand Prix. As you can see, the race strategy is going from super softs to the mediums. I decided to change that up and go on the softs to start off with and really run long into the race and try and balance out the tyre sets between the two. I kind of more favoured myself going the distance on a one-stop if I use the soft compound tyres. I could go longer into the race. I could anticipate a possible safety car as well. So I just felt in general starting on the soft compound tyres was probably the best way to go, especially since I was quite slow anyway. I'm really just trying to anticipate a safety car midway through the race or something like that. So here we go, European Grand Prix, 5 red lights, and away we go for our first career mode race in Baku. How's it going to go? Let's see. Heading into turn 1. Let's see if we can gain a couple of positions there already in front of our teammate Pascal Wehrlein, who's on the medium compound tyres. Very interesting strategy from him. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up at the end of the race. Up the inside of a McLaren Honda, that's Jensen Button. He is going to hold around the outside and possibly get me on the traction though. He is on the super soft tyres, but we're in the slipstream of the cars in front, albeit a very large gap to those guys. It is enough for us to pull ahead of that Honda-powered McLaren. We go for a dive bomb up the inside of Nazar, who we used as a bit of a slipstream car in qualifying, so we get past him. That'll be very nice. So, nice start so far. We've made 5 positions, but after this first lap is over with, I don't think it's going to be quite so easy to make up or even hold on to these positions, because once the DRS becomes active for a lot of these AI cars, it is going to become an absolute slipstream fest and a case of who's got the best straight line speed, who is like running the least amount of downforce. That's exactly what it's going to be all about, especially on that long DRS straight, the start-finish straight. But lap 2 now, are we going to go up the inside of Verstappen? Yes, we do. He's on the soft compound tyres, and yes, we snatch his position and move inside the top 15. I must say, I think that's going to be my aim for this race. Hopefully there's a couple of retirements as well. I'd love to finish inside the top 15. I just know we don't have the pace around a racetrack like this in Baku. So lap 7 now, you can see there's a massive air gap to the cars in front. Fernando Alonso made his pit stop on that lap as well. A lot of cars opting for a very early pit stop in this race, trying to get off their super soft tyres. I believe, from what I can see so far, the guys who started on super softs are possibly doing a 2-stop in this race. Daniel Kvyat is out of this Grand Prix now. We need to have a look and see what was the cause of Danny's retirement. So We'll have a look. Did he crash? No, he didn't. He had an engine failure. So it looks like so far in this 2016 Formula 1 season, there's been a lot of engine retirements so far over the course of the season. Many more than what you see in real life. Meanwhile, we can see Jenson Button, who has made a pit stop in this race already. He's caught up to the back of us once again, I believe. I'm not too sure. Actually, he might have actually stayed out. No, he was actually behind me the whole race, that's right. But Massa has actually stopped, so he's going to be quite threatening now as he's tagging onto the back of us here on lap 10, and he's going to fly past us easily. We've got no one in front of the slipstream. Oh, wow! That was close! At 300 kilometers an hour, we made contact! Oh my goodness me! I crap myself right there, jeez. Even the Inception bong actually made me crap myself internally there. But either way, we carry on. It's lap 11 now. We're going side by side with Grosjean. He's on the medium compound tyres. Surely he hasn't stopped in this race. And yeah, this is that part of the race where we get absolutely monstered by all the AI cars on fresher tyres. Let alone they are in quicker cars, but they do have fresher rubber as well, which further compounds things for us in this race. Ricciardo goes up the inside into this left-hander. He makes contact with the wall, and we're in the wall too. Ricciardo, he's had his own accident, and just because we've been side by side with him, he's ricocheted off the wall, and he's pinballed us into the wall as well. Lost our front wing. There's yellow flags because there's so many big cars being caught up in that absolute pile up there. We've got a puncture as well, and our race is now well and truly over. We've got to limp the car back to the pits, and yeah, it's gonna be a recovery kind of race, this one. Nico Hülkenberg is out of the race. I'm hoping that there's a safety car that's brought out because there's just been so many cars affected by this accident here. We pull off to the side to let the cars behind us through. Hülkenberg has retired as well, and I'm not too sure what the issue is for Hülkenberg. There's cars in front of us blocking the racetrack. This should be almost a red flag, let alone a safety car. But there's nothing. Only local yellows, no virtual safety car, and no safety car for that matter as well. Unbelievable scenes here. The track is blocked. It takes us all about 30 seconds to get through that. And now we can actually return and make our pit stop. We were given blue flags as we were pulling into the pit lane there. So now we are a lap down. Despite being the really long lap time around here in Baku, we are already a lap down. Our race is now officially over. So, yeah, very unfortunate here. We just got caught up in Ricciardo's accident, and then everyone else kind of just blowing up. The people blowing up at turn 8, that was Hülkenberg that was stopped. I kind of got beached into the wall at turn 8 as well, which didn't help things. And yeah, now we're a lap down. I put on the medium tyres to run to the end of the race, just waiting for a safety car. If a safety car does come out, I'm going to switch to the super softs and try and unlap myself. That's going to be the goal. Or, you know, my only saviour of getting myself back on the lead lap. And we come to the end of the race now. No safety car has been brought out. And now I'm putting on super soft tyres because I'm going to blast in a fastest lap of the race, hopefully, and try and gain a few points back in the rivalry over Valtteri Bottas, who is my new rival. So if you can set a really fast lap in the race, you'll get some points over your rival in the rivalry. So that's really my only hope. That's really the only thing I'm playing for at the end of this race now. There's absolutely no way I can move up positions. So I'm going to try and get a fastest lap and try and claw back some points in the rivalry. We get an achievement for using all 3 compounds in a Grand Prix. So that was pretty cool there. And we're kind of right in the thick of things here with Verstappen and a lot of the leaders here. So we'll let Kimi go and try and tag onto the back of him with Slipstream and DRS and try and set a fastest lap. There's a yellow flag up ahead, but it goes to green, so we're all good now. Yellow flag again, and we've run into the back of the Ferraris, who have had a crash with Verstappen. Unbelievable. We get caught up in other people's accidents all day today, and we've just been the opposite of a beneficiary. We've been the person who's been screwed over the most. We've got to come in again for a new pit stop, new tyres, and I think we're only going to get 1 lap in to set this fastest lap, so just so frustrating. I guess in a good way, it's kind of good that we're getting all of our bad luck in one race at a particular race where we're absolutely dead slow at that as well. So if it's going to happen anywhere, it may as well happen here in Baku. Get all of our bad luck out of the way, and yeah, let's finally get this new set of tyres on and actually set a fastest lap, shall we? I think we're the best part of 2 laps down now, so like I said, I think we might only get 1 fastest lap in now. So we'll have to wait and see what happens as we rejoin on the track. There's a couple cars behind us, but nothing that should really interfere with our race. Max Verstappen is now out of the Grand Prix. Jolyon Palmer is out of the Grand Prix. I've got to have a look at this on the replay. Max goes up the inside into turn 8. He hits the inside wall and rebounds into the path of Jolyon there. Hits the outside barrier, and they're both out of the Grand Prix there. I think that was Ricciardo, who was the Red Bull behind. He was very lucky to follow through there and actually not crash. So as you can see, Verstappen turns in too early. He's got no space on the inside there, and then he just rebounds and collects Jolyon Palmer there with him. Just a bit of an innocent bystander there. So here we are, lap 23 going on to 24. This is going to be our last lap of the race. And unfortunately, on our fast lap, we got given blue flags, and we had to let Carlos Sainz through, who is in 3rd place at the moment, with Gutierrez chasing him down in 4th place. So a lot of cars have been taken out of this Grand Prix, whether it be through crashes, retirements, all that kind of thing. The Ferraris, the Red Bulls, they're all gone in this race. And now Carlos Sainz is going to finish in 3rd place, possibly, with Gutierrez on the final lap here, possibly going to overtake him with DRS. I'm going to get involved with this as well. It's going to be 3 wide on the run-up to the finish line, and again, there's contact at 217 miles an hour. We come across the line, and those weren't for position, but I was really keen on passing those guys anyway. It's 18th place for the European Grand Prix, first race here in Baku. And it's been an absolute disaster. There's no way around it. It's been a terrible race.
Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
The difference was clearly in the strategy. You could tell they'd done a lot of work on the pit wall to really optimise each stint and get the most out of the tyres.
Here come our winning drivers then, out onto the podium at the end of a thrilling Grand Prix. The drama and excitement are over, and it's time to let it all sink in. Congratulations to our top 3 today.
So there we go, guys. That has been the Azerbaijan Baku race, and what a crazy one that was. Just so many incidents with the AI, and yeah, in the end, Nico Rosberg wins from Lewis Hamilton. I believe this might be the first Mercedes 1-2 I've seen all season, though I might be wrong though. Esteban Gutierrez gets a debut podium in the Haas. Carlos Sainz in 4th place, absolutely robbed at the finish there, by the way. That was an awesome finish, even though we weren't battling those guys for position 3 wide. It's across the line. Romain Grosjean finishes in 5th as well, so Haas have taken away really solid points in this round, and they're going to leapfrog us in the constructors' standings. Pascal, very unlucky to miss out on some points there. He finished in 11th. Raikkonen was P12, with Vettel and Ricciardo really down the back of the top 10 there. So their little escapades at the end of the race there almost cost them a points finish. So in the driver's standings, we've dropped to 11th now, still on 30 points. Like I said, it was a really good round for Haas. Esteban Gutierrez had no points coming into this race. Now he's on 15. Valtteri Bottas overtook 3 cars there to move inside the top 10 in 8th place in the driver's standings. And as you can see, scrolling down, we got our teammate Pascal in 17th, the last of those who have scored points in this 2016 Formula 1 World Championship. And like I said, Haas F1 team have overtaken us in the constructors to move into 7th place. So the resource points, we now sit at 595 for those. In the next episode, we're going to be upgrading the car. What I'm going to be doing though remains to be another issue. I might work on the drag. I could do some engine upgrades. I feel like in the last few rounds, even though we have, worked on the engine now, we worked on the fuel efficiency, we're kind of lacking in a straight line now, which is quite interesting because at the start of the season, we were beastly in a straight line. It looks like other cars have kind of focused their development on that area of the car, and now we're kind of falling back in that area. So it's very interesting to contrast that and just see like how our strengths have now become a bit of a weakness now. Either way, let me know what I should do in the next episode in the way of upgrades, whether I should save those upgrades for all in one batch and just upgrade many elements of the car and have it be really balanced. I'm not too sure, but as you can see there's the trophy room. It shows all the results we've had so far this season, from Bahrain right through to Canada. With the exception of Spain, this season has been really good for us in terms of race results. I'm just hoping to kind of continue that, maybe get some fringe points here and there over the course of the season. So we'll have to wait and see. But that's been this episode of Career Mode for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this first race around Baku. And yeah, we're definitely going to have to come back here and get some revenge on this Formula 1 grid, because we had an absolute shocker today. It was just a shame that we got taken out and we didn't really have any opportunities to really show what we were capable of. But it's going to have to wait till next season when the car is quicker and we're closer towards the front of that grid. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe to see plenty more F1 2016 videos like this one. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed as well. And yeah, just want to say a massive thank you to all you guys who have been supporting this Career Mode series. It's just been absolutely incredible. Probably my most hyped series I've ever had on the channel. I just can't thank you guys enough for continuing to watch these videos. It just means the absolute world to me. So thanks for watching, and until the next Career Mode race, I'll see you guys next time.